Searching for accounting service? Then contact our efficient and expert team to find out more about our various services created to meet your exact needs. All our professionals have tons of experience, which guarantees you'll get only the very best. We're waiting to hear from you and to answer any questions you may have on how we can best serve your needs. Let us prove our devotion to you as we promise to maintain the highest level of quality and commitment. Your satisfaction is our only concern. Contact us right now and let us show you all the amazing options we have.
What up, man?
Thank you for listening to the TTalks.net podcast, the show that brings you information, guidance, and support to entrepreneur-minded individuals like yourself.
What's up?
TTalks.net will give you something to talk about tomorrow.
You hear me?
This isn't the daily show, but this is the show where you'll get everything. You'll get a fiesta of a mix with the old and the new. They will give you tips and insights into everyday business, big wins in everyday life. They have a lot to add, from bookkeeping to sales, sales management, and sales training, and daily content for listeners to learn and enjoy. We are here to improve your life in business or a sales career. Without any further ado, introducing the dynamic duo, Alex DeLuca and Rafael Rodriguez Jr.
Rafael.
Well, good evening there, Alex. How you doing?
Well, good evening there, Rafael, man. Can't complain. Busy weekend, busy day, and our new get on the saddle for the week looks like it's Sunday night.
You know it. Another great day in paradise, like I said.
Coffee, no matter what time of the day. Decaf or regular.
Nice. You ready for
anything? Yeah, man, we got an action-packed 30 minutes. As always, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to T-Talk. We are live, giving you the unedited version of us trying to make this all work. It is now February 21st, 10 p.m., right on the dot, huh?
That's it.
This is T-Talk's half hour to maybe an hour, whatever it is. We might stay on topic, we might not. But I went to the beach today, man. I had a good time. Found some shark teeth in this place called Venice in Florida. Pretty cool.
Oh, nice. Yes, I've been to Venice. It's a very nice location. So
not too shabby. Not too shabby. We got a lot of stuff going on. But I wanted to touch base on. You see that airplane that lost part of that motor in the air the other day? That was there's like the circle was in somebody's front yard right by the truck.
I will say it was pretty scary. I mean, you know that I love to fly, but and it's usually one of the safest mode of transportation, and it was kind of scary. I don't know. It's been in social media. You can actually see the engine.
Yeah, somebody, I guess, out the window as the hours went on and the day passed, more cell phone footage, It's crazy, nowadays we have these things, they can literally catch anything, history, 1 second. It's nuts. But yeah, all types of footage were coming in over the days, from miles of it flying through the sky on fire and smoke coming out, and somebody in the actual airplane recorded the flame shooting out the back of the motor. I'll tell you what, man, that is the only time that I would think about ever jumping out of an airplane, is in a situation like that.
Well, the good news is that the pilot stayed calm. These machineries are able to fly with one engine, and this is a great testament. One engine got it down, and everybody was safe. So it's a great story, and
Talk about redundancy. At least you had the backup there. And on the same topic, my man Elon Musk and his the SpaceX capsule, or the Dragon capsule goes on top of the SpaceX, has, I think it was 6 or 8, don't quote me, but different motors on it, and they can all basically control if the other ones go out. But it's all about having a backup. And thank God there's 2 airplane motors on that thing. But that's pretty crazy stuff.
well, and it's kind of goes right in line with what our topic for today is.
And what is that? It's killing me. What's the topic today, Ralph?
We're going to talk about follow-up and having a backup plan.
Oof. This is another multi-level, all circle of life sales business topic. But no, I love where we're going with this one today.
Yeah, no, and I think that one of the things that many of the salespeople lack is the art of following up and having a system in place that ensures that you're hitting the people that you're supposed to hit,
Right.
on whatever terms you left. So
No, I hear.
and what kind of backup plan do you need to have when you're doing these follow-ups? And a lot of times we rely on technology, and we rely on this, we rely on that, but you got to be certain that if something does, you got to make sure you do the follow-ups, regardless of either your phone battery died, your computer died. It doesn't matter. You still have to have a system that is easy to follow. That's one. Number 2, either it's technology driven or paper driven, or a combination of both. Because you definitely want to make sure that regardless of where you're at, what you're doing, that you can go ahead and do it.
The easier you make your follow-ups, the better. And like I said, this is one of those topics that we can go full circle from the top of the business down. But I'm gonna touch base on just the overall sales rep aspect of it. And if it's not incorporated in your system already, the follow-up, that's part of the system. And there's a way, in doing it. If you don't have that structure in line of when you're calling the next person or what's next, you're kind of missing the deal. That's where you're getting all your feedback and finding more pain at the end of the day if you're not on site and make the close.
And I always say this, that there's always 1,000 ways of skinning the cat.
It's your favorite saying. I've been hearing you say that one for years. I think I even stole that one from you. It's in my repertoire of many sayings now.
Well, but the one thing that I want to make clear is that there's many ways of doing it, and I know, Alex, you're out in the field making sales. I'm typically out in the field making sales as well, and
all day.
At the end of the day, you're looking at results. So whatever works for you, you kind of stick to it. You might want to tweak a little here and there, but if it works, why fix it?
Why mess with it? And then, that goes into if you go into a company and they have something set up as to, this is my system, this is my script, we've been in business X years, why would you change that? But back to the follow-up, and we touch base on different CRM aspects that companies have. Like right now for, I'm selling roofs in the Naples area at Sunrise Roofing Service. We have a great CRM, and while I'm on the field, like I schedule, like tonight, I'll schedule all my follow-ups for tomorrow. It'll be right in my phone. As I'm going from point A to point B on my 4 appointments, I'm calling them throughout the day, following up with them and seeing what's going on. I just open the app, boop, number, everything shows right up. I can take the note right there on the phone. We have calendars. We have our smartphones, the notepads, so many reminders we can set on this little thing right here controls the world.
Well, and tell me something, and I wanted to just get your perspective on it. You finished doing your show, your presentation. The person says, give me a few days to go ahead and think about it. When do you call this person back?
It's hard. Like the rule of thumb is 24, 48 hours, but you give that sense of urgency that everything, but you fill it out, but no more than 48 hours. They have the estimate in their hand, eyes, internet. I don't leave things behind. I'm the old school one call, one close person. As soon as they want to wait a few days, I kind of pack my stuff up and I make my way to the door. And if I make a phone call, there's anything I can get you to sign up right now and we can get this deal done. That's one of my favorite lines. But for the ones that are that close,
what will it take
to
go ahead and close this deal?
I'll make a phone call. I don't know. I never drop my pants the first one. You know that too. So my first one call, one closes are always the high margin ones, right? The follow up ones, you start losing a little bit of margin here. You're fighting with XYZ, Susie, Sally, and Timmy gave him a quote, so you got a quote with that. But at the end of the day, it's 24, 48 hours. It's a sense of urgency. Turn it into crap or turn it into gold.
So 24 to 48 hours, you try to touch bases with them. And you see, our styles are a little bit different.
Always.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And at the, we always look at the end of the result. But definitely you want to create a sense of urgency. At the same token, we want to make sure that they're feeling comfortable and they don't feel, that we're pressuring. Even though we do institute a sense of urgency, we don't, I don't put them into pressure. I just tell them, hey, just take your time. What I'll do is I'll follow up either Thursday or Friday, whatever, usually within 2 to 3 days.
No, definitely. Real quick on that topic there, and you asked me at the end of the day, you asked them. It's all about asking them. Is when is your last estimate known? Go get your calendar. Do you have it written down? Is it Wednesday? Is it Thursday? When's he coming? And then that day, I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna send them my estimate, my exact price, best price, and it's just crazy. We talk about this and I'm thinking about it. I never played the email game and send game back in South Florida. Miami, it's all hustle, bustle. If you don't sign it, the next person will. Here, it's a little bit more laid back. Definitely, I'm getting email deals. I think people read literature over here more because the demographics kind of, did you dye your hair? Because I was going to say, the grays come out a little bit more in this demographic.
It's just the angle. It's just an angle.
All right. But no, it's changed. But, it's everything's a sense of urgency with me. And I give that lead a number 1 to 10 every time. I try to put it in my notes. And that's basically my urgency number at the same time. If you're not doing that too, and you're shooting blind once you do your follow-ups, you have to, like Ralph was saying in the last episode, you're looking at the pictures that you took to remind you of the house that you're at. All little things like that, when you bust them out on the close. And how many times have I sent a personalized email? Like I have my email template, but Sally, nice flowers in the yard. It was nice talking to you about X, Y, Z. Even the email making it a little bit more personal. It's a little bit of touch this and touch that.
And I was getting to that point where basically if you're leaving, you kind of have a picture of, or you should have a picture of where you at in regards to pricing. You should know, is there any other estimates coming their way? What are they thinking? Am I a player within this particular purchase? And if I'm not, what do I need to do? So before you're leaving and doing the follow-up, I'm hoping that these things already took place before you walk out. Because you should be walking out without having that information in your hands, because those are the bullets that you need in order for you to close this deal.
Load that chamber up, baby.
You got to lock and load. If you don't lock and load, you're there just wasting time.
honestly, like I could almost be, I hate to say this, but I can almost be the worst salesman in the world sometimes. Like I can be their friend, I can butter up, I can almost walk myself out of a deal. But, and that happens, because I'm honest sometimes about time or this, that, and the other. But whatever it is, at the end of the day, business it's fun, the closing the deal. But if I wasn't good at the follow-up part and the persistency that I've had like throughout my entire career, it's the persistency and the follow-up what made me successful, not my sales skills or some people skills, but it was all credited to persistency and follow-up. Like,
Well,
I'm that person. I'm not going to stop until you say no.
well, you definitely have to have a people skills. I really can't see a salesperson that doesn't have the people skills, that can
Of
make
course.
connections, that at least asks the right questions, that at least provide the correct information, regardless of what you're selling, if it's roof, windows, home, water, solar, whatever it is, just
Doesn't
have to have
matter.
some type of connection. But definitely the follow up is where a lot of people uh, make the mistake. And sometimes those mistakes are great for us because we're just, everybody else is forgetting about them. And here we are. We're constantly knocking on their door and saying, okay, well, how can we help you? How can we help you make the next move? Because we know
That's it.
we already did we sold ourselves, we sold the company, we created the need, and that's important. We satisfied the need with the proposal and whatever we're offering, and now
Aside.
the next step is closing it. I mean,
That's
it's not that hard.
It's kind of, I don't know. We've been taking checks for a long time, but to a new person to collect, 15, 30 grand on a 25% down payment on a home, that's a big check. It's as simple as this, look, I'm around the corner. Let's get this started and get the checkbook out. I'll be there in a half hour.
Well, and everybody has their own, closing techniques. When do you want to get started? How much are you looking to put? You want to put 10% down? You want to put 25? What makes you more comfortable? I mean, these are all closing cliche that you can use to go ahead and consummate that particular transaction. But back to the follow up. We already know that this person is going to be making a decision on Friday. Okay, um, when Friday comes, how do you approach it? How do you approach it?
How do I approach what?
How do you approach that individual that tells you that they're going to make a decision on Friday?
You're making a decision on Friday. Yeah, I got that last week. So, you're making a decision on Friday. What time? What time's that appointment, or why are you making that decision on Friday? I've even had my girl at the office give a call and set up a phone call for me at that point to let her know that I can be in the area. I try to set the appointment in the morning. I'm persistent. I try to be there as much as I can. So if you're making a decision on Friday, look, I'm in the area on Friday. I can come back by. What time? Is that person going to be there? I'm
You
pretty
won't call
aggressive.
them on Thursday and see if there's anything they need to help them make that decision.
No, I maybe that's something I can add, but I don't. But I either show up on Friday, but customers are customers, man. I give them all basically no higher than a 7 if I don't close them on the first time. They're never 8, 9s, or 10s. I get back in front of them, or there's no phone call or nothing that's gonna do it. I'll go see them on Thursday. They're gonna have my estimate, but it's either you or the other person that's gonna get it. Because somebody's gonna twist their arm. You gave them enough information. They've been through the school so far nowadays. They got 5 estimates, so. A lot of times they're just looking for the best price, and then I'm never going to be that guy.
And you basically tell them right there and then before you leave, hey, if you're looking for price, I'm not the guy.
You know what my favorite line is there?
Huh?
You know what my favorite one's there? And they say, oh, yeah, this guy's going to do it for $5,000. My quote's like 10 grand, 11 grand, at least it's a small roof, right? I was like, look, me and you tomorrow, mano y mano, I got a truck. We're going to go to Home Depot. There's a ton of people waiting for work. We're going to pick them all up. And we're gonna go put your roof on. You ready? We'll get it done for $2,000.
Well,
Yeah,
if we go into a price war, you don't want to be the winner in a situation like that because something has to give. And either you're giving the profit that you need for the organization, you're giving your sales profit. I mean, there's just so many negative connotation that comes with being the lowest price. I mean, I can understand a small margin being different, but you want to be in the middle of the pack if you're doing things correct. Because you're absolutely right. There's always somebody that can do it cheaper. Cheaper doesn't necessarily mean the least expensive. I mean, I know you heard war stories about issues with homeowners that went with the cheap route, and it's not a pretty.
Oh man, when I first moved here, and we all know I'm representing Naples at the moment on this side. I found a homeowner, very nice guy. Been in the real estate for a little bit in Southwest Florida area, somewhat successful. Nice house, ocean access to the Gulf. His son lived on the other side. They were both successful in the real estate. And this guy, I was taking advice from him. I was talking to him about some properties. He wanted me to put a roof over metal over a shingle. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Sorry, I can't. We're not doing it. Found somebody to do it. Long story short, code changed January 5th. His insurance premium is probably going to jack up about $7,500 a year. He just spent about $17,000 and put that on his roof, and he's going to have to spend, if he wants a metal roof, probably another $53,000 to put a brand new metal roof on there. Just so it's you can't sell it like it is, just because the insurance won't pick it up. But he's probably going to stay there forever. He'll make up his mind. But knowing and not knowing are two things. That's why we always talk about doing your research, and you might not know. You could always find somebody that'll do it for you. Hey, I'll help you find that person if you really want. I'm all about helping out. That's what we talk about.
Well, and the interesting thing that you bring up, and I have to say this, is that sometimes do not try to put a square peg on a round hole. And
triangles, nothing.
I see this a lot. And matter of fact, I've been in situations where some of my sales guys, they're trying to get the deal so bad that they're trying to do the impossible, and it feels like the person that should be selling is the homeowner because they're basically dictating the show. And we said on our last episode, whose show is it? Is it the sales
Your
guy
show
or the homeowner?
Sales guy.
Exactly. But one of the things that I was going to say is that Sundays should be a good day for having your plan for follow-ups for the week. So you should know
Sunday's a huge
Monday.
Oh yeah. I said Sunday's huge for business. Your follow-ups. Even if you're not doing your follow-ups, you're getting them in line for Monday. You're not gonna wait for who do I have to follow up on Monday? No, Monday comes. I know who I'm following up on. It's just time efficiency.
And you should have your whole week planned out for follow-ups if necessary. Some of the I don't know if you deal with a lot of insurance out on the West Coast, but we still have the insurance situation here, and we're talking about home improvement and roofs, and mostly roofs that sometimes the homeowner has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months before the insurance money kicks in. There's ways around of getting around the insurance money situation. Doing the PACE program and kind of wait and.
Now that you brought up PACE, that we got to do a whole night on PACE, and we got to subject it to where you want to make that heard, and then I'm going to subject Cape Coral. I'm going to put all on Cape Coral PACE. You're going to put all Broward's lit up with it over there, Miami-Dade, Palm Beach. But if you're a homeowner and you don't know about the PACE program, I definitely would look that one up there. PACE, Property Assessed Clean Energy. I've actually talked to a couple people in a few of the companies, and they would love to get some airtime and do some interview, and we can really, dissect that for them into certain demographics. But, as we learn here at T Talks, our topics will change. We're going to change, and we're learning. But look at us, man. It's February 21st. We're way ahead of the game. My mic's coming in clear. I didn't even check it on Facebook today. I'm confident that we are loud and clear on all platforms.
Well, based on my producer, she has told me that we're doing good. So
Awesome. Good is good.
so
We've come a long way.
back on topic is that on Sunday you should have your follow up, and those people that don't answer, you should be calling them on Saturday mornings. It's
What if
always
they don't
good
answer?
to before you leave that you at least have one or two phone numbers. I mean, these are things that we talk about follow up, but most of the stuff that you need to do on the follow up, it's actually before you leave.
Explain.
Isn't this incredible?
Explain.
The stuff that you need to do for follow up, you need to do it while you're in the home or on the phone or at the moment. At the moment, you have to have that information so you can actually do a great follow up call. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, I'm just reading and jotting notes down what we're talking about, but it's 100%. It's not, it's more of an art than a science. You really have to finesse it. It's hard. We talked about the other sales reps in an organization being themselves, and I'm always myself, but I could sell myself, but I don't teach that. We teach systems on how to sell the product, right? But if you have your follow up down and you've done it so many times, like I get so personable with my clients. Every person I meet, I'm a person's person. I like people like me. God gave me the gift of gab, and me, Ralph. I don't shut up. That's why this podcast might work out. But at the end of the day, it's the follow up is at the beginning. It's at the end, like you said. It's the whole sauce. It's the rapport. It's you call them, hey, how's it going today, Thursday? Did you do what you said you were gonna do? Did you go out to Tony's on Thursday? Stuff like that. Just the whole personal aspect, the whole jotting in the memory thing. If you don't have those things with those clients, especially if you're 8, 9, and 10 clients, like I said, I really don't jot down sevens much, but if it's 8, 9, or 10, I know everything about them. A lot of times they may have the shiny, car in the front. They got an RV. They got a nice driveway. I know their homes like that. That's how, the whole follow up. You're thinking about all
for all our new sales guys out there that in sales we don't prejudge. That even though they have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, or a 5, or 6, you might not put it on the top priority because you definitely, you want to make sure you attack the high priorities first, but you never forget about the lower.
You can have all my 1s, 2s, and 3s, bro. You can have all your people call them. You can call them for the next 5 years for me. Turns those 1, 2s, and 3s into 6, 7s, 8s. We'll be all right, buddy.
The prejudging because you sometimes I can assure you.
But I gave them. I'm saying if you personally give them that grade, like I grade my people 1 through 10, every one of them, so that if they're 1 call, 1 close, they're 8, 9s, or 10s, and if I can't close them, I stink. I'm horrible, and then it automatically goes to a 7, and then the 1s, 2s, and 3s, I rate those off, and I'm gonna give them to your call center.
Awesome. You know why? Because you can still send a text, you can still make a phone call, and just follow up. And you know what?
How huge is that? Because you have their contact information now. They opted in at one point, so you can call them. It's in your repertoire. That's huge. That's why companies, and we teach canvassing, even if we have people that canvass you for 3 months. You imagine how many homeowners data you can get in that 3 months time frame. No matter how you market online with Google Ads or social media, you capture their information. It's yours. You can sell them peanuts, carpets, drapes, windows. No, I'm not going to say all that. Let's just.
But excuse me. At the same token, you got to make sure that name. They might not make a decision today, but they might make it 6 months from now, or they make it from 3 months from now. And just think about it. If you're able to capture every month anywhere between $30,000 to $40,000 worth of business that basically just came out of nothing because you already did the work.
It's already in your repertoire.
It's
especially if you have a CRM and get off Google Sheets or whatever, Excel, and actually save your data into something.
It's funny because one of my sales guys actually got a call out of the blue. He never followed up. He never did anything, and they actually called him. He was surprised, and it was something that happened 6 months ago.
That's awesome. Love that. And that guy, whoever that sales rep is, he left an impression on that person, a good price. He built the value, and he sold himself. That's crazy. You got the phone call 6 months later. It's awesome.
But it never, those are the lay down. Those are the easy. Just imagine how much he left on the table. We talk about leaving stuff on the table all the time. So, if we can take a takeaway from this podcast, it has to be that you do your follow ups, and even though you might rate them from a 1 to 10. You do put a priority on your 6, 7, and 8s and 9s and 10s.
No, of course. They're just not in your weekly repertoire. They just thrown into your monthly repertoire.
Exactly. That's it. Don't do like the Georgeman Foreman grill.
Even a quarterly if you want to at one point. It depends what the product is, what the situation is. Everybody has their own markets. Some people make it tied into contracts. Guys, one of the more successful people that I've ever met in business, telecom. I was selling right out of high school, made really good money, and was in that business. I have friends that are now working for this guy, making really good money. He would literally, send me and everybody out into the streets of Miami and Broward, right? And we would knock business to business on a daily, all the condos from Sunny Isles to freaking Trump's Tower and the Palm Beach areas. Like, we hit them all. We had all their information. We knew when their contracts were up. This guy was a madman. He made us go out there, and we figured out when their contracts were up. And then we would still call them and wonder when they can get out of their contract early. And then he would send them Christmas baskets. He sends them Easter baskets once he's on the book. So the next guy that comes around, he can't get them back once they're out of contract because you got the goodies every holiday. It's a mastermind behind things, and that's an extreme follow-up. These follow-ups went on a year, 2-year contracts for telecom. Like, imagine that. Like, some people can't think about what they're going to have for dinner, let alone write goals for the next 3 weeks. It's crazy. Imagine trying to set goals for 3 years from now. Did your mind just blow? Oh my God.
So, and absolutely. So definitely you start doing your follow up on your hot ones, your cold ones. You just your timeline is just longer, but you still will teach. You still will reach out. You might not reach out directly, but you have somebody in the office kind of follow up. And how many times we regurgitated leads from people that had done stuff 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, and
all right.
All of a sudden they're like, I was
my
thinking
floor
about it.
right now, literally, like last night, Saturday, I was working on my follow-ups. I went to the beach all day today, but I'm gonna show you my floor. This is all follow-ups. Can you see it down there? No, this is more follow-ups here, but there's follow-ups down there on the floor. You see them? That's all my follow-ups. That blue folder, that's my sale folder. That's my funnel. That has about $175,000 in closed business in that blue file. So I am itemizing what I'm closing. The left file, I sent, no good, not happening. This one over here, sent, good leads. That's all good leads file. And that blue file, that's 175 grand waiting for me to close in roofing business. We do roofs, we do this, we do that. We sell, windows. We sell, Ralph's doing books and bookkeeping over there 24/7. The guys like the Energizer Bunny. We do the digital master stuff. I'm always on the lookout sending people deals to buy a trailer, to buy a land, to buy this, that, flip another. I was asking somebody, how can we build an apartment complex? What's it going to take? $76 million for 200-something acres for 209 units. And just breaking those numbers down. It's all about business and I wouldn't have the time or luxury of doing anything if I didn't know how to follow up and be persistent.
Well, and definitely the one thing I can attest is that being a salesperson and a successful salesperson, there are certain things that it's required, and you definitely have those traits are necessary. Just like the book, The Killer Salesperson Within You, basically breaks it down and tells you the traits are necessary for you to be the ultimate salesperson.
It's all in here at the end of the day. No matter what BS is going on in the world or your personal life, when we put on these headsets and we go to work tomorrow, it's just about business, man. It's business. I'm here. I'm putting on my show. I put my makeup on figuratively. The door opens, the curtain goes up, and we clap our hands and we say, "It's gonna be a good day."
Great day today. Well, Alex, it's incredible how time flies.
Oh, geez, right? Another one's in the books, man. What's this number? What?
Are we on number 14, I believe.
14, awesome. And we're going live, ladies and gentlemen, and we will have this all squared away, everything done. Our official launch date is what was our official launch date, Ralph?
It's the day after tax.
April 14th?
15th.
Oh, do your taxes, theremotebookkeeper.com. Thank you for our sponsors.
Thank you for tuning in to ttalks.net. If you have any questions, comments, or something you want us to talk about, email us at raphael@ttalks.net or comment below. Please follow us on YouTube at ttalksnet and Facebook at ttalksnet. Please rate us and don't forget that sharing is caring. Thank you for your support. Till next time, we will T-Talk later.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alex DeLuca from Naples, Florida. I'm out.
And this is Raphael from Hollywood, Florida. Saying
we'll
good night.
T-Talk to you later.
T-Talk to you later.